Hi, friends. Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is June 3rd, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in these sessions each day, I share the trades I'm placing, adjustments to existing positions that I have on the market, all as a part of our mission of helping traders learn. You can learn from my successes, learn from my mistakes, and just sort of get an idea of my analytical approach overall. Of course, if any of the information I'm presenting is unfamiliar to you, check out InformedTrades.com. We have a huge archive of learning material covering not only the methods that I use to trade, price action swing trading in the Forex market, but many other styles of trading, video lessons from beginner to more advanced. Check it out. Register for practice account, share your knowledge, ask questions. We can all learn together. Let's get started with a look at the charts. Okay. Now, on the screen right now is a chart of silver. But before we get to silver, let's take a look at gold, which is personally what have a greater amount invested in and am thus more concerned with. Gold I'm interested in for the long-term position. Now, we did see this trading range forming from April till end of May. So basically about 2 months. Actually, one can go back to late March, right? This candle here, the March 24 candle. All the way from there until April 27th was when we had our big breakdown. Now, on today's candle thus far, it looks like we have a doji pattern. Price has been, the ranges have been getting narrower, so it looks like the bears might be getting some type of exhaustion. So this could be a near-term bottom. So at least that's the way I'm looking at it. Of course, I'm interested from the long-term perspective. Any price between 1280 and 1180 to me, I think, is a great value buy. I do think a retest of 1180 is quite possible. However, I'd be surprised and a little concerned if we went below that. Okay. Now, also the other thing I wanted to check out was the gold-silver ratio. Well, actually, before we do that, let's take a look at silver. So gold, even though we've broke out of that range, we're still well above, the 2014 lows, which were right here. The 2014 lows were here, so we are well above that. Now, if we look at silver, though, silver is actually, we have to go back to 2013. Here in June 28th of 2013, we were at a lower point. We were at $18.13, right around there. Today we are at $18.80. However, this is a new low we have reached a new low for 2014 over the past couple days in silver. So that I think is interesting. If we look at the gold-silver ratio, which personally I'm not so much a fan of, or I question, what you're going to get out of it. But a lot of people are. So let's just take a look at it from that perspective. I do think it's interesting from a conversational perspective of whether you expect silver to rally. We are seeing, while in this decline, meaning since gold has retraced and broken out of its range since June 27th here, or May 27th, excuse me, we have seen the gold-silver ratio decline. So gold is declining more than silver is over the past couple days, which I think is pretty interesting. And we've actually seen, the gold-silver ratio has been in a downtrend since the beginning of May. So that's something the silver bulls might be interested in. And maybe this is a start of, maybe we're peaking at 68. The question is, are we going to head back down to a much lower level? If we look at a weekly chart, if we go back to 2011, yeah, we saw a gold-silver ratio all the way down to 30. This is during silver bubble. Here we have a double top. It looks like, well, actually, this is a little bit higher. The April highs in the April 2014 highs in the gold-silver ratio is a little bit higher than the July 2013 highs in the ratio. But right around this area, 68 has been a resistance level in the gold-silver ratio. So that may be something of interest. Personally, I'd like to see, in order to be convinced that it's really heading down, I'd like to see it, just like with trading any asset, I'd like to see it sort of price go below the 50-cent moving average. So maybe when price goes below 63, if we can establish a pattern of lower highs as well, that might be interesting in and a sign that momentum is truly trending down for the gold-silver ratio. Okay, so that's gold, that's silver. Let's also take a quick look at Bitcoin before we get to the more active Forex trades. Let's make a look at the daily chart. I recently went long Bitcoin. However, I got long. Where did I get long? Like right around here. Once we broke out of this resistance level, 516. So that's been good so far. So good. A relatively pain-free trade. Really did not spend barely any time in the floating loss territory. I'm in this for a long term. I put a very small amount of capital. This is just sort of a long-term speculative thing. If we can get back to these highs here, I'll take half off. But other than that, I'm willing to lose everything I put in this because I put a very small amount. So I'm looking for, this is the kind of trade where I'm really holding out for a much higher gain. Now, right now let's see if we can clear resistance at 697. That's a major resistance level in Bitcoin right here. If we can, that might pave the way for a move all the way up to 991. So that's Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look at the Forex pairs. Right now, I have 2 trades on that are live in the market. I did not put on any trades. Now, both these trades, my stop is at break even. So Aussie Yen, let's just, let me see where. Aussie Yen, I entered at 93.40. So I entered right here. Basically, we see this hammer off support, and actually, it was on, I don't have the older charts that were mocked up, but basically, I'll show you the analysis I did. This swing low to this swing high, that puts us, we see where the Fibonacci, 50 and 61% Fibonacci retracements are. And if we add some support in there, right here. So once we had this hammer all in after at least a 50% pullback, right around support, and depending on actually where you draw the support level, some people may want to put that here, based on this price level and this price level. It depends. You can play around, but in this range, we're seeing a support level, a 50% Fibonacci retracement, and a spike below the 200 exponential moving average. So for me, that was a sign that bulls were really defending this level, and that it was time to enter. That's where we are now. My stop is at break even. I've moved my stop to this entry point. We are bouncing off this 50 simple moving average here. The sign of the wick here, to me, suggests that bears might be stepping in here. I'm not taking any position, any amount off on this trade. I'm still, keeping it as is. The only difference is my stop is at break even. So even if we come all the way back down, I will not lose any money. I won't gain any money, but I won't lose any money. Aussie US dollar. That's another trade I have on. So long Australian dollar. I am seeing signs of Australian dollar reversing on some of the other pairs. So that is a little concerning. However, the trades have been de-risked. I don't want to take any profit off the table. I do need to hold out for bigger gains as part of my method. If you're going to be losing the majority of the time, over 50%, the winners have to be disproportionately large, and that's sort of where I'm at in my trading. So while I am seeing some signs of reversal on the Australian dollar, the most I'll do is move my stop to break even. I won't actually close any of those trades out just yet, at least not until I can get at least a 3-to-1 reward risk on my trades. Okay, so that's Aussie dollar here. I entered, right at the support level. We did see a trading range form here. I entered, right here, 92.15 is where I entered. So right around there. So far, so good. We are just above my entry point. So let's see if my stop gets taken out. It came close to taking out yesterday. It hasn't done it so far. So that's good. If we can clear above the 200 exponential and 50 simple moving average, that is what I would really need to get price going. The other thing to remember about Aussie US dollar, if we can clear 94.24 and we're still 200 pips or so away from that, we could quickly go back to here, which is 97. So there's a 250 pip zone where there's not that much resistance. There's some levels here and there, but we haven't been there in a while. We might be able to get back there pretty quickly. Okay, now I do have a couple orders placed. I placed these orders a few days ago. They haven't gotten filled yet. So let's see if they do get filled. Pound dollar, I'm still leaving them on. I still think the logic is valid. Pound dollar, I'm set to go long here at let me just get the exact rate. 66.85. So right there, right at the bottom of that range. Um, yeah, right there, 66.85. Let's see if we can pull back to that level. You know, I did see this. We did have a doji-ish candle right here, right at support. Um, in the midst of a nice pullback, you know, again, we can look at the Fibonacci. I do like whenever there's a 50% pullback from a swing low to swing high, I'll be pretty interested. I'll at least want to see that. And then we see a doji here. Um, uh, and we're right near the 50 simple moving average. We could also argue this is a support level right around here as well. So let's see if price comes back. Right now we are 67 pips above. Price needs to pull back 67 pips more, so that's a fairly reasonable size move. Not sure if it will occur. The other trade I have on is long pound yen. Okay, and that's even further out. So that is I need 156 pip pullback. I'm set to go long at 169.96. So basically right here, we see this as a support level. I've entered at this level multiple times on pound yen. What I've done a couple times is enter here, exit here. You know, I did that here, entered here, exited here, entered here, exited here. So let's see if price comes back down here. I'm still holding out for a breakout to the upside. But if price comes back to the support level, I still would be interested in buying. That's about it for my trades for today. Any questions you have? No real orders placed today, but I am keeping an eye on the markets. We'll be back tomorrow with the daily chart review, and I'll be sharing the trades I'm placing as is customary. Any questions you have, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Best of luck in your trading, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.